What up, guys? Jason Geiman here with PressureWashHelp.com, King of Pressure Washing. And today I want to talk about how someone has made $5,000 in 1 week part-time. Now, when I say part-time, he is a full-time firefighter. So this isn't just somebody that has, a lot of time off, but it is somebody that is only working about 3 days a week to hit that $5,000. He don't work on the weekends because the weekends is for the family, and the family is very, very important. And in fact, I would say that is extremely important. So with that, I want to hit on a couple things. Before I get too far along, I want to hit on that I am having an in-person training. It is going to be in Connecticut. It's Christmas lights. It is going to be a great class. I had a guy send me a message to me today, and this is what he did. Side note, we are expecting to do $500,000 in lights this year. I'd say the training is the best investment I ever made. So if you want to check that out, you can go check out the Pressure Wash in-person training. This is Jason's third year of doing Christmas lights. His very first year, he didn't take my class till it was like I actually did a one-on-one with Jason. And it was in November the 12th, I believe that one was. And he ended up doing $30,000 his very first year, starting on November 12th. So if you want to go check out Christmas lights, go check that out. It's definitely worth the time. So let's get started here. So 2020 was a crazy year, if anybody could say that it was a crazy year. And somebody had messaged me, and I was offering the Voxer program. I only had a few spots of the Voxer program. And this person was on the very last day to sign up for the Voxer program. And so he is still on the Voxer program. And I do have, I think it's PressureWashHelp.com/Voxer. And if you want to, I do have some openings in it. And he was the one that he's not very mechanically. He's not very good at working on stuff. In fact, that was a lot of Voxers last year of how to fix stuff, how to set up the pump, how to adjust pumps. Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? And so, and he was also one that he loves when I tell a story. It was in the very beginning. He was like, Jason, nobody down here can make money. And I'm like, why can't nobody make money, dude? And he was like, because everybody is $99 down here. And I said, you know what? I don't care what they are. The number one thing that you need to do is quit worrying about your competition. That is, I don't care who you are, where you are. If you're worried about your competition so much that that's all you can think of, that is, you will never grow a pressure washing business. And in fact, right now, I've seen several pressure washing businesses because they went out of business. Was it because they had brand new equipment? Nope. I seen a rig the other day. It's less than a year old. And it's coming from one of the other YouTubers that a lot of people on here know. And it's less than a year old, and he's out of business. And he's using the website that all these other YouTubers are pushing. But you know what? He's still going out of business. And, this is some things that, this is why I preach a process. Jason, when he was first starting, and I know I already mentioned the name, but he was first starting, I told him, you got to follow the process. And you know what? A lot of times we get on these YouTubes, we get in these Facebook groups, and this guy I'm talking about isn't in any Facebook group except my Facebook group, my personal pressure washer one. You know why? Because he's not focused on what everybody does. We get so much into the shiny object syndrome that we don't get the basics down. And a lot of times what we got to do to make us successful is following the process. When you follow the process from step to step to step, and you do it over and over and over and over. There's a lot of times that people will bring in these shiny syndrome things. Ooh, look at this marketing. Ooh, look at that marketing. Ooh, you got to do this. You got to do that. We don't stick to the basics. And a lot of times, and I do it. I do it myself. But a lot of times, if we stick to the basics and we follow the processes, this person is in every Zoom meeting that I do. And I've been having 2 Zoom meetings, Zoom meeting every Monday, either at 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night. So that way, depending on which week it is, like this week, this Monday is going to be 8 o'clock in the morning. And the reason why I do that is so that way different people can get it. But this person is on every Zoom meeting that I do. He is sucking up every bit of information that I'm giving out. Because you know why? He doesn't have time to sit there and figure out all the different marketing things. That's what I do. I sit there and I hear everybody. I hear this stuff over here. I hear stuff over here. And I know what works. I know what works because that's how I grew my business to $1 million. And how I grew my business to $1 million isn't no different than how you can grow your business to 100,000, 500,000. It's all the same at the end of the day. It's not no magic potion dust that you just put up and it happens. A lot of times we think, oh, I'm going to go spend lots of money in AdWords and it's just going to blow up my phone. No, this person was telling me today he got a phone call from Nextdoor. He got a phone call from Google My Business. He got a phone call from AdWords. And he got a phone call from Signs. That's the process. That is following the process. So that way you can keep your phone ringing and doing the things that you need to do. When we follow the process will work. It's when we think that, oh, I need to go buy the next biggest rig. When this person started his pressure washing business last year, he was using a trailer that the floor was rotted out in, crappy equipment, and it was a nightmare. And he used that almost all year until wintertime. But you know what? He kept following the process. He kept doing what he needed to do. He kept turning rocks and flipping rocks. And that is what you do to grow your pressure washing business so that you can be successful. This person I'm talking about, I went and met him down in Florida last year. And when his wife comes up to you and tells you that she went to the eye doctor and it's the very first time that she's either had to pick between glasses and contacts, and she's able to pick both. Because by running a pressure washing business, they have gotten debt free and they were way over their head in debt. They used their last $600 to become a Voxer member with me. And it was do or die at that point. And when it's do or die, you either stick to the process and make it happen or you turn over and give up. And I know I got a lot of people on here that are not in the best situation right now. I got a guy in Texas that is living out of the back of his truck. And he has said that I'm the reason that's keeping him going. I have another guy that is in my mentorship. And he's told me and my wife, he's the reason why I'm still here. And that is why I do what I do. I am here to help you grow your business, start a business, grow your business, and so that you can do the things that you want to do and help you get out of the situation that you might be in. So, the first thing you need to do is you need to create a plan. And we just don't need to create a plan of action. We need to create a plan of action and get to work. That's the first thing we need to do. We need to figure out what we need to do. Hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to take Jason's course and I'm going to hammer it out. And or if I ain't got the money to do that, I'm going to go and I'll watch all his videos. But if you want a free month, I will give you a free month. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/free and you will get a free month of my membership. That gives you four Zoom calls of me doing marketing, and it gives you 2 Zoom calls that I do every other Sunday night. This Sunday night is one of them, where you can ask any of your questions. And if anybody knows anything in my membership, knows that if you're in my Facebook group, I pretty much answer all of your questions in there. I get in there and give you tips. Every Tuesday, I give a tip. So this is something that we have to do to make it happen. I can't help you. I can be your cheerleader, and I will. If you ask me to do stuff, I will. I don't usually say no. I get questions asked all the time, either through email, through Facebook Messenger, and I try to answer all questions. But you got to remember, you got to take action. I'm shacked, my job and no website. Next year, have season budget to get a landing page and push through. And I'm on actually coming up here. I got some things that I'm going to help out with websites. So it's not going to be the greatest shiny fangle dangle stuff, but I'm going to do some things for people in my membership with websites. So create a plan, take action. You have to take action. You will never, if we got to wait till it's going to be perfect, you will never do anything. If you don't take action and start trying to do something to help you and to get you out of where you need to be at, then that's just what it is. You have to take action. Jason Hefner is the one I'm talking about in Florida, did a $5,000 week this past week. He had several days that were over $1,500. I remember last year when he was telling me that I just want to do $1,000 day. And you know what? He does. And he's doing them every week after week. You know how he's doing it? By taking action. Now, I did say Jason only works 3 days a week doing pressure washing. Now, those days are pretty long. I'm not going to lie. He gets up before the sun gets up and he stays up late doing marketing. I get Zoom calls I get Voxer from him at 10, 11 o'clock at night. He's tried to Voxer me at 4, but he knows he don't get no response because I don't get up that early because I got to sleep. But he knows that I will answer his questions and I won't give you bull crap. When you come into my membership at pressurewashhelp.com/free, you can get 30 days. And what you will learn is I'm in there. I help you. I'm not somebody selling you something and you never see me again. Or you just watch the videos and that's all you get. That's not this guy. Because I want you to be successful. I want you to be this guy right here. I want you to go and hit a $500,000 in Christmas lights. That's what I want for you. I want that for you. And if you look at the rest of the text up there, he's asking me how much do I think he can do in pressure washing next year. And I'm like, you could do $250,000 in pressure washing. And he's like, do you really think I could? Well, if you're going to do $500,000 in Christmas lights, hell yes, I think you can. Because first off, that means you can run a business. And second off, that means you got $500,000 people paying for Christmas lights that they will sure the hell pay for pressure washing. So yes, I do believe that you can do that. So that is definitely something that you got to do. Got my first commercial job thanks to Jason and Google My Business. Again, George has been coming into the Zoom calls. You know, I want you to be successful, guys. I really want you to be successful. And I try to do everything I can to help you out to make sure that you have success. I don't give you things that I know that don't work. I've either done them myself or I've done them on other people's sites and I know that it works. And so that is my goal, to help you. The next thing, you have to stay focused. This here is probably the hardest thing to do, is to stay focused. Staying focused is one of the things that you need to do. Stay focused on the task at hand. Don't let yourself be distracted by other opportunities. Oh, look at this opportunity. Oh, look at this pressure washer. Oh, look at this soft wash pump. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at this marketing and this marketing and that marketing. And we're just here, there, everywhere. And at the end of the day, we're nowhere. Because if we don't stay focused and we don't it goes back to my gun analogy. When we're shooting a gun, if I don't have a target, I might as well not even have sights on my gun, because it doesn't matter. But when I put a target up and I keep shooting at that target, then I can say, oh, I need to adjust a little bit. I need to do a click, not 10 clicks over here, because that does us no good. I need to do a click to see if that works. And if that works, I don't need to do no more clicks. Then what I need to do is just keep putting my bullets in and keep shooting once I hit my bullseye. But a lot of times what we do is we'll be like, oh, I'm going to go 10 clicks because I'm going to try this. Billy Bob told me to try this. Billy Bob says this works. This works. And it doesn't. It's about following the process. There's a lot of people out there telling you that they can help you make $50,000, $100,000. I mean, I kind of did it right here of the $500,000. This is shiny syndrome object right here. It is. I'm not going to lie. But I want you to know that it's possible. I want you to be able to put this in your target so that you can maybe someday hit that. Some of you may already be there. Some of you may not be there. Some of you may be a long way away from it. So some of you, here's the thing. Not everybody wants to be here. I want you to do what you need to do to be happy. What makes you happy? Not everybody in this watching this video is made out to run a business to $500,000 or $1 million. There's a lot of you in here that may not even want to do $1 million. There may be some of you just want to do $50,000, $10,000. I've had many stories saying, I just want to do $10,000, and here I ended up doing $80,000. Well, yeah, that's right. So stay focused on the task at hand and don't let yourself get distracted. Number 4, keep up with your marketing campaign and stay in touch with your customers for feedback. Now, this can be really tough for a lot of people. We got to keep marketing. When I know this time of year it slows down, I know for a fact that right now a lot of people are slowing down. And what do we do when we slow down? We want to pull back our marketing money. And I'm going to say that's why we do a budget. That's why I want you to do Profit First and read that book. If you haven't read Profit First, read that book. So that way you can set yourself on a budget that every month, no matter what, I'm going to spend $1,000, $2,000 in marketing. Even when the phone's not ringing, because what happens is we pull back on marketing, and then when it does take off, we pull back on marketing, and now we can't get nothing going. And so again, touches. It's all about touching. And here's the other thing. Stay in touch with customers for feedback. Learn who is your customer. I know I talked about this Sunday night with Melody. Know who your customer is. Know where they shop at. Know what kind of cars they drive. How many kids are average. How many dogs they have. How many cats they have. How many animals they have. Because when we can find our target of, hey, my target has 3 kids, they live in this neighborhood, they make this much money, they shop at this store, they eat at this place, and when I can sit there and target that in right there, guess what I can do with my marketing? I can market to that person to the T. I mean, I can't get no better than targeting to that T. So, those are the things that we have to do so that way you can grow your business and be successful. Then last thing I'm going to hit on is be confident in what you're doing. There's a lot of times that Jason he would come over Voxer and I'm that cheerleader. You're doing fine. Keep doing what you're doing. Quit worrying about the press. Quit worrying about your competition. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep following the processes. My Zoom's coming up Monday. Keep following the processes. My Zoom's coming up Sunday. Keep following the process. Because when you follow the process, things happen. That's what works. That's how we can grow our business. So be confident in what you're doing and remember that you put in time and effort to make this happen. This isn't a get rich fast. It's you have to do what you need to do. You have to do the thing over and over and over. The person I'm talking about had a rough spring, 2 months rough. Things at his regular job didn't go the way he wanted to. And it gets tough sometimes. Things happen. You know what you got to do? You got to keep doing what you need to do. Be confident in what you do and do it. And be strong and know what you need to do. That's what you need to do. So that way you can get to the next level. You can either quit that job you don't like doing no more. Or maybe you take a leap of faith and just do that, and start your pressure washing business and do the things that you need to do. Those are the things that you have to do to grow your business. So if you are in a spot that you want to grow your business, you want to get to the next level like Jason did in Florida, because nobody can make money in Florida. That's what people always tell me. And there's just no money down here. Of course, everybody's moving there now and all the housing market's going nuts and stuff. But that's not the point. The point is you got to follow the process step by step, and, Jason, I was in his ear. I talk to Jason 4 or 5 times every day. Every day I talk to Jason. He voxes me every day. I don't always vox him. He always voxes me every day. And you know what? I vox him back. Because you know what? I want to help people. I want to make sure they get to the next level. So if you want to check out pressurewashhelp.com/Voxer, or in the description below, I have it. Does it cost some money? Yes, it costs money. I'm not going to lie. It costs money. But you know what? One house wash will pay for Voxer program. If you can do 1 house wash a month, that'll pay for it. And you know what? If you can do what you need to do to get to the next level, that is what I want you to do. That is how I want you to do. That's what I want. I want you to be successful, guys. I want you to be successful. And if you can't afford that, go to pressurewashhelp.com/free and come to 4 different things, 4 different Zoom calls on marketing. So that way you can figure out what you need to do. And a lot of this has to come down to is you got to start taking action. If you don't take action, nobody's going to take action. No, but I can't run your business. I can't make you successful because you got to do the work. You got to answer your phone calls. You got to put signs out. You got to do your 5-arounds. When I talk about my 26 steps and the 26 steps to the perfect house wash, there's a reason. There's very few reasons why you would want to cut corners on the 26 steps of a house wash. And most of the reasons is you're lazy. And you know what laziness does? It ain't going to grow your business. If you need a book to read to get some fire under your tail, go read Extreme Ownership. Because the only reason why your business is going to fail is because you It ain't me. It's not somebody stealing your signs. It's not somebody else. Because if you don't take ownership in your business, I can't help you out at that point, you know? That's just, it is what it is. It is, you have to take ownership in your business. You have to take, you have to say, what do I need to do to make this right? Somebody stealing my signs? Well, I'll go put more signs out. City stealing my signs? I'll go put more signs out. My door hangers. I got a whole stack of door hangers here, honey, in the garage. I got boxes full of door hangers. Well, let me tell you something. Your boxes full of door hangers in the garage isn't going to make that phone ring. You know, a lot of times we get to the point of, well, Jason, I don't know why my phone don't ring. Well, I'll tell you why your phone don't ring. Because you haven't been doing the stuff you needed to do. And there's some hard things in my course that Jason had to overcome. One of them was going Facebook Live. You know what I told him? I tell everybody to do this. And there's a reason why I tell everybody to do this. You come into my Pressure Wash group, my Facebook group, and do a Facebook Live. And just do it how you would normally do it. Hey, Jason here at this house. We're getting ready to clean. And I'm going to clean this house. And if you sound stupid, nobody's going to make fun of you. Because if they do, I'm going to kick them out. You know, I want criticism or constructive criticism. If you're not willing to help somebody and just sit there and make fun of them, then what's the purpose of it? What's the reason behind it? Because it makes you feel better because you made fun of somebody and you won't do it either? You know, and you know what he does? He does a Facebook Live every time, almost a couple times a day. And you know how he did that? By following the process. You have to follow the process over and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And 365 days, you got to repeat this. It's not always easy. I'll tell you right now, it's not always easy. But you know what I've learned? Because where I started doing the marketing stuff, I've been actually preaching what I'm talking about. So if you've been on Facebook, you've probably seen me started posting more. And I'm not only just posting on Facebook. I've been posting in LinkedIn. I've been posting on YouTube. I'm going to start posting because you know what? This is what I want my members to do. And so if they don't see me doing it, then they're probably not going to do it. And so that's why I've been posting and I'm going to keep posting. And is it easy? No, it's not always easy. Is it always fun? No, it's not always fun. But that's what you got to do. And even when it's slow, you got to keep doing it. You know, Jason did $5,000 in 1 week, this past week. He told me his goal before July was, I hope that I can do more than what I did last year. And I think it was right around $5,000 or $6,000. And he's got another $3,000 on the book for next week. But how did he do it? Did he do it by saying, can't make no money down here in Florida? Can't make no money in Florida. You're right. You are right. You know, you are absolutely right when people tell me that. Because you know why you're right about that? Because that means you're not doing the process. You're worried about every Tom, Dick, and Harry and not worrying about following the process. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. Following the process in July and August kind of sucks sometimes. But when you follow the process and you do the things you need to do, you can grow your business. You can get financial freedom. You can have time freedom. Today, he went bowling with his son. And you know what? That right there makes me more happy than anything else. He was boxing me while he's bowling. I said, quit boxing me, quit thinking about work, and think about being there with your kid. Because times like that, you don't always get times like that. Times like that are very special. Those kids, your kids, will remember going bowling with you and having a fun time and laughing and everything you need to do. It is what you got to do. It is what you have to do. So that way, that's a whole. What's the purpose of making a whole bunch of money What's the purpose of making a whole bunch of money to do nothing with it, to spend all your time? No, I mean, is AC wash system worth the price? It's overpriced. It's a lot. I got a system right out here that I'll sell to you for right now for $12,000, $13,000. You can buy that exact same system for half that price of what he's selling stuff for. But again, it's not about the equipment. If you're going to spend $30,000 on a rig, you're stupid, is what I'm going to tell you. Because the next thing is I'm going to ask you, how much money are you going to spend in marketing? And if you tell me you're going to spend $1,000, I'm going to tell you you're crazy. Because if you're going to willing to spend $30,000 on a rig or $20,000 on a rig, you better be willing to spend $5,000 or $10,000 in marketing or more. Because if you want to start and grow your business and be successful, shiny rigs do not make you money. I'm sorry to tell you, but shiny rigs don't make you money. They just look shiny and they don't make you money. I've seen a lot of people that have real nice shiny rigs that have paid $10, $20, $30, $40,000 and it made this much money. They ended up selling it for half the price. So that is what you have to do. You have to do marketing. Marketing, marketing, marketing. If you're not willing to do marketing, it don't do you no good. And guess what? In pressurewashhelp.com/free, you get 30 days free. I go over all the marketing. I'm actually in the process of revamping it all. I just did the 26 steps, and I'm going to do the next here. How can one spend $5,000 a month on marketing? I didn't say it all had to be per month. I just said you had better be willing to spend $5,000 to $10,000 in marketing. Most people won't even spend $200 or $300 in marketing because we got this brand new shiny rig. It's supposed to just, the walls are supposed to just start flooding down. And to be honest, it's pretty easy to spend $2,000, $3,000 a month in marketing. If you want good SEO and you want good AdWords, $2,000 to $3,000 is nothing. But it depends on how much you want to make. Do you want to do $100,000 or do you want to do $200,000? Because if you want to do $200,000 or $300,000, you're going to be spending $20,000 to $30,000 to get that. That's the whole purpose behind it. If you want to make $100,000, you better be willing to spend $10,000 to do $100,000. I spend $500,000 or $500 a month. That's what, $5,000, $6,000. So you'll probably make about $60,000 this year. That's kind of how it works. Sometimes you can get the marketing budget down lower, but that's kind of how it works. Jason, I still don't have reels, but I got work. Good. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to scroll up here. Got my first commercial job thanks to Jason and Google My Business reviews. Because you know what? When you follow the process, this is number one process. I would rather you go do this right here and get your Google My Business and reviews than do anything else. $500,000 in Christmas lights. Damn, that's a lot of bulbs. That's called being at $8, $9, $10 a foot is what that's called. Wife and family don't have faith it will work. I'm going to hit on this because this can be tough right here. Wife and family don't have faith it'll work. Nervous as hell to leave a year-round job. There's only one guy out in the Washington area. It's in that market, no sign. So, this here is where you got to prove them wrong. This here is where you got to go hand them a wad of cash and be like, I can make this. I can do the things. I can do hard things. Because right now, when you don't have cheerleaders that is even your family, let's talk about that. Because Jason, his wife's 100% in. You know why his wife's 100% in? Because Jason went out there and worked hard, paid off all her debt, and was allowed her to go buy glasses and contacts. And that makes her all in at that point. Because she knows that changes the future of what their son is at that point and their family. And we're talking, he's a full-time firefighter and she's a teacher. And they were in a bunch of debt and they were buried under and was able to get out of debt and do it. Now, has it been easy? No, it hasn't been easy. Is Jason probably working close to 100 hours a week? Yep, because you work 56 hours at the firehouse, working 24 on, 48 off. So it's not, and he's at a place that works a lot. So it ain't like a slow retirement house where you don't do nothing. But this is something is getting the wife on board. And can be hard because the number one people that will be the number one doubters is your friends and family. And they can be the worst part in it. And the best thing to do is turn off the ears and don't listen to them. And sometimes if it's just family, obviously wife, you can't get away from it. But don't go around those type of people. Get around positive people. Go find, and I'm not just being a big positive guy, but go find business owners. Because you know what? When you start building a business like this, you got to find friends that you want to be around. Because they always say you will become the 5 people you are around. So if you're at the top of the 5 people you're around, what are the other 4 going to do? They're going to pull you down. But if you're at the bottom and we want to go up here, we got only one way to go, and that's up. And sometimes we got to lose friends. Sometimes we have to turn off friends. Unfriend them. Unfriend them on Facebook. In fact, don't even get on Facebook unless you're there for business, because all it is a time suck. You get in all these pressure washing groups, and all it is a time suck. It just sucks your time where you can be doing other things. When I pull pressure washing hose, I've found worked. When I pull soft wash hose, I'm in the money. When I pull water fed pole, I found who my customers are. Because packages. I preach packages, and Jason listens. And when you listen, you go from being a $99 guy to hitting $5,000 in 1 week. $5,000. $5,000 in 1 week. Just got here. Jose, start part-time, do it on the weekends and after work. Touches. Charles likes his touches. Amen. Big Rob, picking up the Forerunner tomorrow and getting a quote to get it wrapped. Yep. It doesn't even get dark until 8:30. It don't get dark here till 9:30. Keep stealing my signs. Keep putting them out. Go find them then. Go see who's stealing them. Call them out. Or keep putting them out. That's why you buy the $3 signs and you don't buy the $10 signs. Give Jason a thumbs up. Jason, are you saying to stock our customers? Yes, stock them. See what they do. See what they drive. See where they work at. We want to know their friends. When we talk about Jason's packages, we want their neighbors and friends and everybody else. That's why we're doing a 5 around. That's why when you really get good at talking to your customer at the end, you say, will you give me a shout out on your social media channel? Because you know what? A shout out can do way more than anything else. That can blow your business up by giving a shout out. Stalk the customer. Well said. Thank you. Must believe in ourselves in the process. This here can be the hardest thing. And the reason why this can be the hardest thing is a couple reasons. One is if you came from a family that's probably broken, it's going to be hard. If you came from a divorced family where your mom and dad don't live together, it's going to be hard. But can it be done? Hell yes, it can be done. But you're going to have to put your head down. You're going to have to barrel through. If you came from a family that had a poor mindset or was poor, is it going to be hard? Yep, it is going to be hard. Because when we deal with poor people, you don't know how to bid. That's just the way it is. You know, I preach raise your prices all the time. You know why I preach that? Because most of you are too low to be in to begin with. But Jason, hold on. Jason, you're going too far. You're touching on my toes. You don't understand my area. You don't understand my area. That's usually what I get with. Yeah, I understand your area. You need to raise prices because you're worried about what your competitors are doing. Are you going to close all your jobs? No. I don't want you to close all your jobs. I want you to be at 40, 50%. I'd rather you be at 50% close rate. But you got to remember, when you're at 50% close rate, you might get 10 no's to get those 10 yeses. And those 10 no's can be really hard before we get them 10 yeses. And a lot of times we get those 10 no's because we don't know how to sell. We don't know how to sell ourselves because we don't have confidence in ourselves, and we don't know how to sell ourselves. That's what it comes down to. At Big Rob, it's roofing slap hammer. Yep. PVC in the handle. I got a video on it. I quickly learning this is a marathon, and the physical and mental and spiritual better be in order. This is a good point. This is why I tell you that it is a marathon. You're right. 100%. It isn't about a short game, because if it was, we could do black hat and SEO and get way up. It's not. It's about asking for reviews every time we talk to the customer. It's about doing our 5 around. It's about putting out our signs. It's about doing our Google post. It's about doing all the things that we need to do. And it can be really hard and physical. You're right about that. When it's 90, Jason's always hollering about it's 95 and 102 humidity, but he's out there doing it. And that's hard on the mental side of things. And this is why I preach, what is your want? Why are you doing it? Is it to support your family? Well, if it's to support your family, then why are you working 7 days a week and not taking care of your family, not going to their ball games, not doing the things? But Jason, I need all this money. Do you? Or do you need to raise your prices so you're not having to do 25 jobs, to do 10 jobs to make $1,000 in a day? Because you're not going to do 10 jobs to do $1,000. Now, if you're doing gutter cleaning, stuff like that. You know, I just talked to another guy, Donovan. He's actually going to be at that training, in this training here. So Donovan is going to be in my in-person training also. And he telling me that there's a guy in his area trying to sell his business, doing $300,000 a year, got 4 employees, his wife, himself. Well, that tells me in chasing his tail, and he's burned out and wanting to get out of it. Donovan's doing $500,000 or doing $500,000 or $250,000 with one dude. And this guy's got 4 guys, wife, everybody. What's the difference? One raised his prices when this guy told him to raise his prices, and the other one don't listen to me probably because he's not raising his prices. But Jason, it's this or that, or I can't do that. You got to raise your prices, guys. It isn't about anything but raising your prices. When we raise our prices, we can do the jobs we want to do. We find the customers we want to find. And, you know, when we get slow, we don't lower our prices. That's the stupidest thing you could do, because we won't ever raise them again. Jason, I tried that and it didn't work. Got my rig built and ordering SH tomorrow. Plan on putting out signs tomorrow and hitting up a couple of dirty commercial sites. Here's another thing. I know a lot of people want to hit the dirty commercials or hit the dirty stuff. And that's fine on commercial side of things. But most of our clients don't have dirty stuff. They're clean because they take care of it. They know that they need to take care of it. But that is awesome, Scott. Robert, I farm and work around 85 hours a week. Only day off is Sunday. I guess I'll try and book some on Sunday. I farm and work around 85 hours a week. Yeah, it can be hard. It's all about choices at the end of the day. What do you want? Look up bandit sign strategies and you could probably find a video. Yeah, I actually did a video on this, Big Rob, of how to build that thing. I'm 5'6" and my yard signs are up high, 12 feet. Thank you. I just happen to have one of those lost in the garage. I feel you. See you there. Um, Thanks for all the value info, Jason. Can you suggest the average of insurance and how much coverage we need that you recommend for us pressure washer? Thanks. Keep up. Stay hungry. Um, Usually it's $1 million policy. There isn't much difference between a half a million and $1 million. And it can be anywhere from $700 to $3,000. It really depends on where your location is. If you're within a couple states of Kentucky, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/insurance, you can fill out the form, and that Matt Zinzer is actually a really good guy to get it with. And he does like 3 or 4 states around Kentucky. Jose, advertise first and see if you get work. Figure it out from there. Don't go buy a ton of equipment with no work. Remember, you really own a marketing bit company that just so happens to do pressure washing. Or a lot of, Kirk Kempton always said, what I always liked is we own a customer service business that just so happens to spray water. Well, thank you. David, I found insurance for $700 a year. Has anyone seen Bazbid? I haven't seen him in a while. Wonder what happened to him. More than 5 feet of CBC piece of metal strip to hold it in place, duct tape to secure the strip, a stapler 1/2 inch. Yep, and money. Anyone on here try Angie's List? Angie's List is kind of like Home Advisor, George. It used to be really good. I mean, I used to get a lot of work off of it, but I haven't tried it. I haven't known anybody lately trying it and doing any well with it. George, go out and some more. Go put some more out. Must be spraying water because he hasn't been in on a few weeks. Let's get that money. I'm in Orlando thinking about getting in AC soft wash systems and the price worth it. I mean, you can do what you want. I'm going to say probably not. You're going to spend a whole lot of money for that, and you got a whole lot of competition to be spending a whole lot of money just on equipment. And that's just telling you the truth. I mean, you got a lot of competition there. Not to say that you can't start and grow your business, because you can. You can do things that they're not doing. But I would be leery to spending that kind of money for equipment. That's just more than I would spend. That's the Cadillac version of equipment. Let's just put it, that's almost the Mercedes-Benz of equipment. My June and July have been super slow, averaging $10,000 monthly, though. Still, well, that's still pretty awesome, dude. 10,000. I'd say there would be a few people on here wish they had $10,000 a month. But it's all about following the process. Keep doing your marketing. Keep doing your 5 rounds. Go flip rocks. This is the time that we can go write blogs, that we can make sure that, a lot of times when we get slow, we find things that we don't need to be doing. And this is the time that we need to be writing blog posts, doing our Google My Business post, doing all those things that's hard to do when we get busy. Because what happens is we get busy and we quit doing those things, then it's just screwed to pooch at that point. So that's why, we're still posting on Facebook. We're still posting in the Facebook groups of the neighborhood groups. We're still putting out signs. We're still doing all those things. So that way, that's how we keep it up and keep it moving. You are a good dude. Appreciate you. Don't think about it in this industry. You have to go out and get it. Stop thinking and start acting. Wow, I think I said something about doing. Stay focused and keep taking action. That is probably, this is probably the biggest thing that people don't do. They don't, they stop and think and they just stop, you know, just take action. It's never going to be perfect. The mailer is never going to be perfect. Your logo is never going to be perfect. The blog post is never going to be perfect. The website is never going to be perfect. The trailer is never going to be perfect because you're going to change that trailer all the time. You're going to be working on that stupid thing all the time. You know, I don't even care if you buy a brand new spanking trailer. There's probably a good chance you're going to be working on this thing. You know, you're going to be fixing things. You're going to have to take the time and figure out what's wrong and all of those fun things that come along with owning a pressure washing trailer that bleach goes through and eats up everything. And that's what you have to do. Robert, I live in Idaho with around 200,000 people within 50 miles. Should I advertise as soft wash? No. I don't think people even know what that is. In fact, I would tell you probably 90% of the people in this country don't know what that is. Maybe in Florida, but that's probably about it. Do pressure washing, power washing, stuff like that. People, that is an industry term, is soft washing. Nobody has a clue. House washing is even a term that a lot of people don't know. So those are some things that Jason, pressure washing, soft washing, Christmas lights, Geiman. Yep. Hey, I love doing, these are the things that I love doing. This is what I know. I know marketing, I know pressure washing, and I know Christmas lights. I know pressure washing as in I've been a mechanic since I was 18 years old and got my degree in it. It don't mean nothing, but I got a degree in auto diesel technology, which means I'm a diesel mechanic and car mechanic. Went through all this classes for it, and so I know the mechanic sides of it. I understand the physics of it and all that kind of stuff. And Christmas lights, I love Christmas lights. They're a lot of fun. They are super fun. You know, these are the things that I love doing. You know, I don't go in depth a lot of times because I understand I'm talking to you. I know there's some other YouTubers that like using these big fancy words and they just go right over your head. Because what happens is you start using these big fancy words around these customers and they don't care about those big fancy words. They want the green stuff off their house. That's what they want. They have a problem. You have a solution. We don't have to go down this rabbit trail of telling them about all this stuff. That's why women close jobs better than men, because they're not telling them about all this stuff. How would your conversion go when doing 5 rounds to customers? Their attention span is very small. Yeah. I mean, the 5 rounds they work. I mean, Jason just did the one $1,500 house and got the neighbor wanting to do a $1,500 house wash. They work. They're part of the process. You know, and the things that a lot of times you don't realize is people will hold on to those 5 rounds. They will hold on to them for months. I've had people call me the next year off of EDDM and off door hangers. The next year. That's how long they'll hold on to them. So that's why it is important that we keep doing this stuff over and over. 4th of July weekend and following week was dead, but next 10 days are stacked. May even call off work. You know, that's funny because I remember we had 4 trucks running. So I had 4 trucks running when I getting ready to sell the business. And I remember days where we didn't have no work for the next day. I mean, we would be like, I was like, what am I going to do with my guys? What am I going to do? And then the phone would just blow up and they would have work again. And it does do that sometimes. Whether you are right or wrong, you are correct. Jose, use soft wash hose. Use soft wash or power wash. House washing is great money, but it's only part of what we do. I do more pool areas, walkways, driveways, and windows than house wash, to be honest. And especially you guys up northwest or even out west. How's his marketing? How How can you spend $5,000 a month in advertising? It's pretty easy. We did it. I did it. To hit $1,000,000, you got to. I build my own rig. I did every cheap but very effective. Let people buy their shiny rigs so we can buy them at half price when they don't cut it. And that is the God's honest truth right here. Jason has been sending me pictures of over and over and over people selling out their whole business. People buy, hey, here's this. I got a website and a rig, and it's a nice rig. And I'm asked. The best part is I love that he's asking as much as he put into it. I'm like, dude, the one was asking $16,000, and I'm like, there ain't nobody in their right mind gonna give you $16,000 for that. I pieced my rig together as I got jobs. Hand jacked hose for months. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Remember the $5,000? This is the dude right here. Hand jacked his hose for months before I got hand cranked reels. Didn't even have hand cranked reels, guys. And now he's a year later doing $5,000 in a week. $5,000 in a week. I spend about $500 a month, but I'd like to get some more calls. Jason, I still don't have reels, but I got work. I would like to be the first to give July a big headphone. I spend over $2,000 in marketing and tons of sweat and time, networking, posting, and so on. How much should I spend on marketing to test waters for a market, and on what kind of advertisement should I invest in? Well, it depends on what you want to do. I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend. If you got about $1,000 to spend, you can do AdWords. If you don't, then you can do signs. That's about $350. You can do the free stuff. You can do sign or Facebook, Google My Business, all of those things. You can do LinkedIn. There's all kinds of things you can do. I want to do $500,000 or more a year. Follow the process. That's what it's all about. It's following the process. I have systems in place that will work, that will get you there. I got to $1,000,000. I have systems that I can teach you that will get you to $1,000,000. Now, I know there's other people that will allow you to pay them lots of money and show you a talk about systems, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get there. There's no guarantee. Nobody going to guarantee you nothing. I have the systems that can help you get there, but you got to take action. You got to do it. Everyone needs to understand right now we are slow because we've been locked in our house for over a year, and now we get to go out during the summer and do things. Yep, everybody is on vacation, and everybody's spending their money on that. Hey guys, it's Leon. Hello, Leon. I don't have a soft wash system, only a pressure washer, 3.5 gallon, and a hose. So you can do everything except roof cleaning. Go get you a downstream injector, go get you a 5-gallon bucket, and you can do everything you need to do. You can do house washing, you can do driveway cleaning, you can do deck cleaning, and the only thing you can't do is roof cleaning. And if you don't need to do roof cleaning, guess what? You don't have to do roof cleaning. I know lots of people that don't do roof cleaning, whether they're afraid of heights or whatnot. You don't have to do roof cleaning. You don't have to have a soft wash system, as in a 12-volt gas pump, any of that. You already have the pressure washer. Go get you a downstream injector and go spray you on some soap and rinse that baby off. Because Power Wash is awesome as your own business. No reels either. Wow, that's so true. That's something I'm having a hard time accepting, but it will pass. Yeah, Teak, my July perked up a bit now, but last year was way better. My last June and July were also better. That's because everybody was stuck in the house and couldn't go nowhere. I'm paying my debt too. My father was a huge cheerleader. Didn't expect that. Since he retired, he's constantly in my ear about the next time we can go do a roof, and he can stand there with a hose in his hand. This is something I'm going to tell you that you need to cherish with everything. You don't have the rest of your life with your parents. This is something that I loved doing before my dad died. I would take him on jobs. I started, at this point, I was working on fire trucks, and I'd take him with me on to the firehouses and take him with me. So this is the time to cherish those times with your parents. They're not here forever. He died 9 years ago. He was 62 years old. So cherish those times with your dad. Do whatever you can. Take him everything. That's a lot of fun, and it's time that you will never get back. That's not a time that you're going to regret. Man, I wish my dad I wouldn't have went with me, because especially if he's a cheerleader, that is amazing. That is awesome to see that right there. And that's a great time that you can bond with your dad. You can have time with him. You can spend time with him. And that is awesome. That is time that you will always remember and do. This is tough, leaving a $100,000 job to do this. It can be. I pay myself $500 a week, and the rest is going to pay off loans, and my debt is dropping like crazy. That's what I love to hear right there. Staying tuned with Pressure Wash help this year. Jason, seeing my truck is not much, but it makes me money. Yep. I went from $12,000 a month to fighting the urge to lower prices. Got to keep it up. I need to. What's the best temp you can hit vinyl siding at house wash? PSI. You don't want to hit it with hot water because you will melt it. So either cold water and soap is what you want. And then PSI, you want to be less than 100 PSI. My mother told me, "Are you sure you can do this?" 9 years later, she says, "I always knew you can do it." Just had a $500 house wash with vinyl fence and a $490 driveway, and an estimate worth at almost $700. Main thing is effectively stay tuned to your business so that way your business grows. A big part of business is your mindset. Protecting your mindset, protecting your business. This right here is 100% what will grow your business is your mindset. Your mind can do amazing things, but fear can be terrible. Fear can be good, and fear can be bad. Fear of falling off a roof is a good thing. Fear of failing a business is a bad thing. That's true, Jason. I started a lawn care business a few years ago, and my wife turned me down. But now I don't listen to the negative people, only positive. Can a 12-volt overheat but start working later? Yes, it can. You have to spend money to make money. Spend more and you will make more. Yep. Sold a 117 unit job before I even had my first pressure washer. Start next week. I would like to ask you, I just bought a North Star soft wash system which came with 75 feet of hose. How many feet can I add? It's a 4-gallon minute pump. You can probably add another 100, so you'll be at 175. Love packages. Before I bought my equipment, I put an ad on next door that said Thursday only pressure washing special, just to see if I can make money. I got a few calls, ran equipment at Home Depot, and made $850. That's what I'm talking about right there. I love it when people do that. I bid jobs by approximating times. I try to shoot for 125. Is that a good way to bid? I would shoot for 300. $300 an hour. For you, shoot for $200. Shoot for $200 an hour. Signs in a busy mall area, 5 customers in 3 days. They got pulled. It works. Yep, they do. Once you learn to tune your negative family members and follow your own judgment, regardless of anyone's opinion, anyone else is easy. Part of owning a business is who you become in the process. That's deep stuff, but it's true 100%. That's what I do, Lucas. Works great. Although referrals is what you're looking for, do 5-star reviews. I get most of my jobs I bid, but I feel like money is left on the table. Yeah, if you're doing 125, you're definitely losing money on the table. Lucas and Fling, you guys doing well, making 250 per wash. Serious question. That's a little low if you want to pay for marketing and stuff. Jason, another interesting evening with your business talks. I'm at 58,000 this year, just me. That's pretty good. I'm trying to run through some questions. I already realized that. Again, you can go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. I'm gonna pull this little clip up here because this makes me happy right here, seeing somebody doing expecting to do 500,000 in lights. He did my in-person training. I'd say the training is the best investment I ever made. This guy is out of Louisville, Kentucky. He's a landscaper. He doing Christmas lights next year. He's wanting to do pressure washing and asking me what I think he can do. And I'm like, if you can pull those numbers for pressure washing, and I know he's got a pretty good landscaping company, you can do 250,000 with one truck next year. And so you can do that. So go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. If you would like a free month at Pressure Wash Help, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/training or /free, and you get free 30 days. Also with that, I do a Zoom call every Monday on marketing alone. I'm pulling one subject of marketing a week. I'm not going anything real deep yet. I'm just doing one marketing every Monday. It's either 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, depending on what week. This week, it will be 8 o'clock in the morning. Last week, it was 8 o'clock at night, and so this one will be 8 o'clock in the morning. So that is definitely something that you want to check out. Same here. I will throw another 100 on it and tell them. The next thing you want to do is I have a Zoom call twice a month that you can ask any question about marketing, equipment, any of that kind of stuff, and that's every Sunday night. So this Sunday night at 7 o'clock, that is when that will be. Jason has true business talk. I went from $85 to $120 in gutter cleaning to $200 to $525 gutter cleaning, 5-star service. Always finding improvements. You and Greg motivate me. I was trying to get Greg on here tonight, but he had some prior things. You get there, Lucas. Jason, how often did you replace truck tires? I just put new tires this past 2,500 with trailer and may need to replace tires by next year. How do you work? I mean, they should last longer than that unless you're driving a lot. Is a water-fed pole better than a squeegee? Hell yes. A lot quicker. Let's see. I don't want to mess no big questions here. There are a lot of questions. You guys talked a lot, which is awesome. I love it. Just gave a $3,500 estimate, $3,600 estimate. Them are always fun. All right. How long should a driveway sealer be allowed to cure before house washing next to it? Probably a day, or at least dry at 100. Yeah, probably 24 hours. I'd read on the bucket, but I'd say 24 hours. All right, guys. Again, pressurewashhelp.com/free, or you can go to InTraining. I got some pretty cool stuff coming up that I've kind of been working on. Been working on some things that's going to be fun. So we'll see how that works. Hope everything works for a reason. But hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you on Sunday.